Welcome to the MVP Show. We're exploring the French connection today with Clement Olivier, author of Stuff and Tacos and 3 Tools in the xrmToolbox. If you enjoy the MVP Show, please leave us a review by going to nz365guide.com/iTunes. For full show notes, visit nz365guide.com/69. Now let's get on with the show. Hey Clement, welcome to the show.
Hello Mark, nice to meet you.
You too. Good to have another French MVP on the podcast. So what part of France do you live in?
Actually, I'm living in the west. The city is called Nantes. I guess you know the city because the famous Tanguy he lives living there as well. So just arrived in Nantes last year. So I'm really enjoying this city. You should definitely come to France and visit it.
Wow, sounds good. And it's so close for me. I can just jump on the rail and under the channel and I'm there. So tell me, I see that you did a degree in Quebec in Canada. So did you go and live abroad for a period of time?
Yeah, in fact, I was looking for a year abroad, France, during my studies. And lucky me, the last year of my degree, they built a partnership between my school and a school in Chicoutimi in Quebec. So I jumped in and I went there during 1 year, so my last year of studies. And it was really a nice experience. Doing studies abroad is, let's say, between us, it's a year with a lot of fun, maybe less work sometimes, but it was definitely a great experience.
It sounds good. So where do you originate from in France?
I'm from the north. The city is called Lille. So I lived there during my first 23 years, and then. Yeah, actually, since I went to Quebec, I didn't get back to Lille to live there. So
Clem, what's Lille famous for? Like, is it food? Is it wine? Is it cheese?
Let's say it's a bit of mix of food and it's well known because of the Belgian beer. We have a lot of a large choice of Belgian beers. Yeah, we are near the border, so it's easy to have access to them. So Lille is really famous for that, and some of food as well. A well-known one is a Welsh. It's let's say it's a piece of bread with a lot of cheese on it, some beers in it as well, and some
beer.
Yeah. A mix of cheese and beer, really good. You have definitely to try it. And some of ham on top of it, and sometimes egg on it. So it's really good, but it's really, let's say, heavy as well.
It sounds tasty. So how long have you been an MVP? How did you get into the program?
I was awarded back to February this year, so it's quite new for me. I'm still discovering a lot of things with this program. It's a really great experience so far. Actually, it was, let's say, a try. I was doing some articles or tools on my side, and when I spoke with some friends who they talked to me about the MVP program, I was not really aware of it. My shame, I know. And I checked it, so I submitted my my work. Let's say this way, and lucky me, they agreed. They agreed to make me part of the committee. So it was a great news. 1st February last year, it was. Woo! I got the email.
So good. So the coming summit will be your first real engagement up in Redmond.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So far, I met really a great community, and you are part of it, of course. But it's only virtual exchanges right so far. So it's always good to to have a face next to a name, you know. So yeah, I heard a lot of the previous summits, and it looks awesome. So nice exchanges with people from all around the world. So it's very interesting to see how other countries are working as well, and how they are using the tools we are working on every day. So yeah, really, in 3 months we will be there. So
So kind of what area do you specialize in Dynamics? Are you more on-prem, online? Do you have a specific application? You know, when I say application, like, you know, sales, customer service, or you're working more on the Power Platform, Flow, those type of things. Where do you tend to spend most of your time for work?
I will say that I'm more developer today. Yeah, I'm more focused on developing customized functionalities by plugins, JavaScript workflows, and so on. So I'm more technical than functional, let's say it this way. Of course, to be technical, you need to know the functions available, of course. But yeah, let's say that today, yeah, I like to write some codes every day. So I'm going this way. And regarding the applications, yeah, like the most of us, I started with the sales modules mainly. And now I'm still focused on this one, but I like to check by curiosity and to know how the tool is evolving as well. The other modules, so a bit of customer service. I played a little bit with the Power Platform as well, some Kanban app and the stuff, the new stuff like that today. So yeah, I like to keep my, let's say, my mind open and see what is existing around the, let's say, the basic module, sales module of the CRM.
I noticed on a blog post you wrote recently around AI. So what's your experience with Dynamics and AI?
Oh, it's a very little experience, I have to admit. In fact, yeah, I did a session during the last Microsoft experiences in Paris with two people from Microsoft, and the topic of the session was how to integrate some AI with the Dynamics 365. So we know that there are some let's say out of the box modules coming since a few weeks now, but it was more to explain how to do your customized AI stuff with the CRM. So yeah, my part was mainly focused on how to connect the CRM and the AI platform and retrieve some data. And a specialist in AI did the rest of the work for the algorithm to organize the data and retrieve the proper score. Yeah, the sample was based on the score. So yeah, so little experience, but I think we can do so much with that. Maybe too much. So you need to narrow down what you want to say, what you want to do. But it's really an interesting part. Yes.
And have you done any work in other areas like bots or any other type of integrations outside of just generic Dynamics?
More that I played a bit around more than I did a real project for a client. A few years, yes, we with an old colleague we started to look into the bots to let our colleagues to query the CRM directly from Teams, for example, to have an overview about the status of their opportunities or stuff like that. It was really a proof of concept, so not really a real project deployed on the entire company, but I played a bit with bots and it's really, really nice. Let's say that like the AI, we can do really a lot on this point. We just need to. So the limit is your imagination, I would say. Yeah.
So I see you also did an internship. Was it in Spain? You spent some time?
Yeah. In fact, when I was, let's say, younger, I'm not so old, but I was doing some websites for fun on my side. And before YouTube was existing, I created a fun website with funny videos, pictures, and so on. So I met some people when I learned how to advertise the website a little bit. And during my studies, I had to do a 2 months internship. It was more or less open topic. So I had the chance to choose my own topic, and I asked someone I knew by the website system, internship topic about the advertising. Yes. Advertising on the internet. So my goal was to create let's say a new kind of selling for traffic, and I had to contact some potential customers and launch the new way of selling traffic to them. So it was quite interesting. Wow. Okay. And the good part as well was that it was in Barcelona, so after work, right to the beach and enjoying the sea. It was quite.
It's
quite
a beautiful city, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes. It's really another way of life compared to France. But meaning that, for example, they are. Yeah, I know it's a bit a cliche, but it's true as well. They are eating later than my habits. I want to say, and they are enjoying much more the nightlife. Let's say this way than I used to. So it was quite interesting as well.
Yeah, I totally agree. I like the concept they have of siestas as well, sleeping in the heat of the day. And the food is amazing. I love Barcelona. I love Spain. So have you traveled much otherwise? As in, what other countries have you been to?
I love to travel. I had the chance to be to some countries. First one was the California coast in US. With my family, we did a trip around the California. So first big trip. It was really nice. 3 weeks, enjoyable. We saw a lot, so really nice. Then we had the chance to go to do some trekking in the north of India, in the mountain called Ladakh. So it was amazing, beautiful views. Just amazing. I felt like I was in another world working.
Was that close to the Nepal border then?
Yeah. I can't tell you how many kilometers, but yeah, it was it was close. Yes.
Yeah. In that vicinity. Interesting.
And then I had a chance to travel around Europe, Belgium, of course, Italy, a bit of Spain, Germany. Yeah, I won't do the entire list.
So there's a lot of that work, that travel has been business related. So you've done it as an employee.
As an employee, I had the chance to travel, let's say, a lot to Germany and Austria mainly. But the rest of the countries I've been there was more for personal travel. Yeah.
And you haven't been to New Zealand yet?
Not yet. Actually, it's on the list. Yeah, one day I will go there definitely.
Yeah. As in talking about Tangi, he went there for his honeymoon. Wow, very good, very good. So, what do you see? What part of Dynamics kind of excites you going forward? What are you most interested in, kind of developing your skills in the Power Platform, and what you see?
Actually, I didn't answer completely your question before. You asked if I was more on-premise or online CRM. Yes. Definitely today I'm let's say more online one. Even if we are still have a lot of clients on-premise in France, but the online platform gives so much potential new functionalities coming. It gives you the ability to have access to the field services module, yeah, every other modules. It's really a wide, let's say, a wide platform now. Maybe too wide for one person. You can't be an expert on each one. But yeah, yeah. Let's say that as a developer, the core part is still the same, but it's evolving in the right direction. We have more and more possibilities to do some actions out of the box, let's say this way now, and it's really it's really interesting on how you can build your own processes and see that in the next or two version later, your process. So your homemade process is now integrated by Microsoft.
So true, so true. So are you finding you're using things like Flow, and are you doing any work in the Canvas app space?
Flow, for example, I used it for my AI session.
I saw that.
It's really powerful, especially since that Flow is the next workflow engine, so you need to be aware of what you can do with it. Of course, it's really easy to use for end users as well. Just let's say that drag and drop for actions on what you want to do with it. So it's really a nice platform as well. It's going forward to a nice way to have a central place with all your, let's say, workflows from the CRM or outside for other systems you want to integrate. So a lot of functionalities, and the really good part as well, even if there are already thousands of connectors, is that you can create your own one if you have special needs. So unlimited possibilities. One more time.
Have you found becoming an MVP, has it changed anything in if you like the work you do? Has it brought you more recognition for the contributions you've made? How has it affected your career, or perhaps it hasn't?
It did. Well, I wanted to say of course, but of course in meaning that, for example, when I write an article because during some project I discovered that this special topic was not really clear when we had to deal with it, and I didn't find any article speaking about it. When I wrote an article and I publish it, I see that since the three famous letters are next to my name on LinkedIn, for example, there are more likes and stuff like that. So it's really nice, and it gives also a little bit of pressure. I mean, when you publish something, you have to be sure that you didn't write too many mistakes in your article, so people won't follow it and won't let's say be angry against you because they went in your way and it was not the best one. But it's really nice, and as well, since I got into the program, I have the chance as well to have some time to dedicate to my own creation, let's say, for articles, or also some plugins for xrmToolbox to maintain it or to create new ones. So it's really nice.
So are you working on the xrmToolbox? Are you contributing?
Yeah, actually, I created 3 plugins so far.
Oh yes, and, tell us about those.
In the past, because I discovered recently that it changed from Microsoft side, but when I was updating some assemblies to update plugins within the CRM, and there were not the same numbers of plugins in your local assembly versus your CRM assemblies. There are always an error saying, sorry, the plugin assembly doesn't contain the same plugins as the CRM. So and the error message was just that. So you had to check one by one to make sure that you had the same plugins from one side to the other. So I just created a quick plugin to spot the right place you have to fix, create or delete from one side or the other. One other topic was actually came from the client side. They had some issues about personal views within the CRM when people were leaving the companies and leaving their views shared with thousands of people. And these thousands of people didn't need these views after the guy left the companies. So I created a quick tool to I hope help people to migrate, delete, or reassign those views. In the beginning, it was for the people who left the company, but it can work, of course, with active users as well.
Could you turn those into system views as well?
Not right now, but I can add it to the next features list, of course.
And so that was 2. What was your third one?
The third one is close to the first one, meaning that it allows you to compare the different steps created within the CRM and compare the two CRM systems. For example, you can compare the number of steps between your development instance and the production instance, just to make sure that you didn't miss one during a deployment, for example. So that's the 3, and a 4th is coming, but I won't tell too much. I didn't finish it.
You don't want to share what the 4th one is yet? What time frame do you think it'll be out? How soon till it's published?
It will be published end of this month or beginning of January. Yeah.
Wow. So you're going to do some work over Christmas on it?
No, I will enjoy my family for Christmas. So that's why it will probably be more in the beginning of January. But
I'm just going to go through some, quick fire questions with you, and I've already kind of pre-prepped you for this one. So what's your best purchase under $100?
Actually, I think the last one was a seat for my daughter.
A seat?
Yeah, a seat for the car.
Yes.
She is now too big, let's say too big to hold for the first one, so I had to buy another one because she's crying a lot during the long car travel. So we buy a new one, a fancy one. So she's really happy now.
That's very practical. What's the best gadget you've got? Your favorite gadget?
Yeah, it's a big a nerd one, but I would say my NAS is really useful. When a few years ago, of course, my some hard drive broke, and I lost a lot of family pictures and so on. So yes. I decided to invest and buy a NAS, and so now everything is synchronized. I explained to my wife how to do it.
So sorry, what was the name of the device?
It's let me find the name. The meaning of the letters. It's NAS.
So network access storage. Are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I'm used to say NAS, so.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I've got one myself, but I've actually got it switched off because I've habitually now store everything in the cloud rather than around the house. So part of moving so much. Interesting. So what about productivity apps? Do you have any particular app that you use to keep yourself productive?
Well, let's say the most famous one is the xrmToolbox regarding the CRM. Of course, there are so many plugins now, so we can do almost everything with it and save a lot of hours of creation for console application just to do one action, while you can do it directly with the xrmToolbox. So it's really, really useful.
Do you have any favorite in the xrmToolbox that you use probably more than others?
Of course. I guess I will mention the same as the other ones. Of course, HTML one from Jonas is really, really useful. It's a bit selfish, but I use a lot mines.
Yeah, of course. You would.
Yeah, of course. On the audit history one is really useful as well to make sure that all data are properly stored. And I used to use the sitemap editor a lot, but since the latest version, we can do it directly from the CRM. Even if I still prefer the plugin one, but yeah, that's a personal opinion. Let's see. And then I'm using a little bit of, I won't say all because 100 plugins is a lot, but it depends of the needs. It's functionality needs.
So just in closing, just tell us something about a tradition that you would have in your family at Christmas time.
I don't think I will learn you a lot here. It's basically going. We usually the 24th in the evening. We all the family, meaning my let's say direct family plus cousins and aunts, uncles, and so on. We just we get reunited in one place and just celebrate it with homemade food and of course the Christmas tree, some gifts, and the Holy Mass as well in the evening. So let's say
nice.
Typical
good family time.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Very good, very good. Clem, if people want to find you online and follow kind of what you do, xrmToolbox, are you on Twitter or LinkedIn, or where's the best place for people to connect with you?
Yes, of course, I have both. LinkedIn, Clement Olivier, just write it. Twitter as well, same name with a 0 instead of the O, because my name was already taken. And I also have a blog, which is stuffandtacos.otherwebsites.com. Don't ask me why I called this this way. It was more a friend idea, but now I'm used to it, so we keep it.
Hey, thanks for listening. This is one of 3 shows I produce on the Microsoft Business Application Podcast. Please check out all 3, the Dynamics 365 Practice Show, this one, the MVP Show, and the Power 365 Show. Let me know what you think. Get in touch via Twitter at NZ365Guy. Full show notes can be found at nz365guy.com/69. See you next week.